two things I want to point out. Number one, I am an affiliate for them. Okay. The team at MacPaw, which is the team that makes SetApp. Hi, Carly. Welcome. I'm an affiliate with them two different ways. One is SetApp specifically. The other is with MacPaw themselves. And currently, I have free access to this. So I want to point that out before we go anywhere. If you would like to try SetApp and you're interested in giving me an affiliate commission, in the chat, if you type !SetApp, it'll get you the link for that affiliate link. And yes, so I want to point that out. Number two, if I were not an affiliate, I would still be doing this. And it's primarily because it saves me so much money. Now, granted, for me, it's free. So I haven't noticed like I haven't had to run the actual pricing, but there are specific apps in here that if I were to set up the subscriptions and run them, it would cost me more to do it outside of SetApp. So just having it makes perfect sense. So anyway, if you go to joebulig.com/go/SetApp, you can use my affiliate code if you want to set up a trial and give it a try. So let me show you. Let's start with their website. I'm actually going to do this there, just so I have it. So in the chat is that link. Again, that's an affiliate link. Be aware of that. SetApp here. This is their webpage, setapp.com. And basically what this is you pay one subscription and you get access to every app in their bank. You check what's hot for Macs and look for Linux and web app alternatives. That works too. I've pulled up a number of apps that are on Linux or open source that are alternatives. But what I want to do today is I just want to show you what all is in this, because there's a lot. There's a lot. It's Mac and iOS, of course. And I have learned that anytime I need an app to do a certain thing, I am better off pulling up SetApp to see if it's in there or not, which we'll actually do here. But I just want to show you their website here. It's pretty slick. Obviously, they've got a lot of accolades there. Yes. So it works on both Mac and iOS. You get, I believe, I got to think through the pricing here. It's $10 a month, $9.99. And that will get you SetApp for your Mac and one iOS device. If you have a second iOS device, it's an extra $250 a month. So and that would put you at $1250 a month if you had Mac, iPhone, and iPad. You with me? That's the pricing on it. So that said, there are a lot of apps in this. And I could take you through this list. But I actually want to pull up the app itself, because the way this works is you download SetApp. And you can then install things from there. I don't want to do that. Let me do this. Like that. Okay. Welcome to SetApp. I have an active membership. Woohoo! Now, let's do here. Here are all the apps I have installed. There's a little bit here. These are just the ones that I have and that I use. And I will tell you that there are some of these that it doesn't take long before this just makes sense. Better touch tool. Here, let's do this. Just to show you this. See, it even shows up there. I gotta find the actual... That's not what I wanted. Why can I not find their actual website? BetterTouchTool.net. That's what I was looking for. Couldn't remember what their website was. They're no longer available there. Well, there you go. You can't even get that one anymore unless you have SetApp. Wait. Legacy versions can be used for free. So Better Touch Tool is one that does like a lot of the snapping. It was the first link. Did I miss it? This? That didn't look right to me. Well, there you go. How much is a license? $20 for a lifetime license, or $8.50. That's a one-time cost. Okay, so it's roughly 1 month of SetApp there. Okay, so Better Touch Tool, Bartender is another one I use all the time. So let me start here. Better Touch Tool. Well, no, we'll get through the actuals on these. You know what? I'm getting all over the place. Let's do this. We're gonna start at the top, and let's just walk through what is here, because we can see if I have it installed or not from here, and we'll walk through it. All right, now 24-hour wallpaper. It's what it sounds like, you know. And I want to point out, like, if you're getting into SetApp, there are a lot of these little tools that then become super handy. This is one of them that I don't use because I like having just a plain black background. I'm very boring. This is just what it says. It changes the wallpaper to match the time of day. So if you want something that changes your wallpaper, there you go. To Do. I know people that absolutely love To Do. You can see here if it has an iOS app as well. To Do is a task manager. It was making the rounds here a couple years ago for GTD people, and people absolutely loved it. Still do. Again, you can get this for free on SetApp. I'm going to hold that there. I got to remember what the website is for that. I was thinking this one was a subscription now. It bugs me when websites don't have the payment thing at the top. Is that because you have to open the actual deal? Yeah, so here you go. A single license of To Do is $50. So it's $50 for this app if you were to buy it outright. You never full screen apps. See your desktop, so changing. Oh, got it. So you're always using full screen apps, Michael. Yeah, I'm kind of the same. I have things up all the time, kind of like what you see here. I usually have them expanded all the way. That's where like Better Touch Tool is nice, because you can take something that's smaller and then just expand it out quickly. Like for this example, like this, you can move it around. If you do that, it'll snap it to full screen. Now, granted, I'm not going to do that because I actually have to crop my screen so that you can see it. Like that. So that's not actually full screen for me, but if I keep it there, you can see everything that's on it. Side note. Anyway, that's a $50 app right there. So To Do, AdGuard. I feel like this is one that's less helpful given some of the changes they've done to Safari. Safari has had a lot of changes made to it to where it like blocks things by default, which I'm a fan of. Something that's also nice is you can kind of see it. It's underneath of me. Right over here. It's got these related apps. So like iStat, menus, batteries, mission control plus. That's what all's there. That's the end of my coffee. I might have a migraine later because of that. Ad guard, just what it sounds like, ad blocking. Aeon Timeline. I have this one installed because I was playing around with like project management with it at one point. But I mean, it's what you would expect from a project manager of sorts, putting together a timeline. So if you needed something like that, here you go. All sorts of stuff with it. Oh, one more there. Yeah, there's a lot to it. I installed it again at one point just to explore, but never fully utilized it. AnyDroid. Manage your Android from your Mac. Don't use this. The Android phone that I have is a OnePlus. Is it a OnePlus One? I think it is a OnePlus One. But I have it. I flashed Kali Linux on it. So I'm running a custom Android OS on it. If you want nice pictures and a few other things, like the Momentum extension for Chrome and Firefox. For project management, AnyTrans for iOS. What is this? Smart alternatives to Apple iTunes Media Downloader and Backup Manager. It's many things. It's made for file transferring a piece to make file transferring a piece of cake. So it's a way of backing up your phone to your Mac and syncing things with it, instead of using the built-in stuff through Finder and iTunes. Cool. Again, this is all part of SetApp. So you pay one subscription and you're going to get all of this. Aquarello. I have this one installed. It's great for getting like a palette of colors, which I like for putting together like websites and stuff. Thanks, Michael. Bye. Thanks for tuning in today. You use it for eye candy. Nice, Funky. I like this because you can give it like one color and then it'll give you a bunch similar to it. That way you've got a palette that's collectively good. Archiver. It's great for opening like .rar files and stuff. It's like one of those utilities that you don't necessarily realize you need or don't necessarily need. It just makes life easier. Asset Catalog Creator Pro. Converts images into device-specific app icons. Splash screens, universal assets. I feel like I should probably download this, because I have like my own, like as you can see here, this icon. Now that one has like a rolling gradient behind it, but I could easily use that icon to create a bunch of these. Yeah, there's a lot to this. Asset creator. There you go. If you're into websites and stuff, you're doing a lot of that. Backtrack. Record local audio from the past. How many times have you walked out of the meeting thinking you should have recorded the conversation? Backtrack makes sure you don't have to worry about remembering opportunities taking notes. It's listening, recording, and overwriting audio throughout the day. Everything's stored locally, so you can backtrack whenever you're recording up to 5 hours in the past. There you go. Without worrying about the government listening in, because it's a local app. I won't use that because I don't have any interest in that, but I could see how it would be helpful. I feel like there's some potential legal ramifications of doing that. You know what I mean? Like that could be pretty bad. All right, so backtrack, if that's your thing. I suppose if you were at school, if you were in school and like with taking notes, I could see that. Bartender, I use this thing all the time. This thing sits right up here. If you can see this, right up here. If I click those 3 dots, these are all the menu bar icons that I have hidden. Those are the ones I leave up at all times. Super, super handy. Like, as you can see here, it's cleaning that up, top right. And then when you click on it, you can see all the stuff underneath of it. It's so handy. It like drives me nuts when I first boot my Mac and it hasn't loaded Bartender yet because it has this whole deal. This menu is full like out into here. And then as soon as Bartender loads, it just collapses it all. Big, big, big fan of Bartender. If you have SetApp, you need to download this. This one's probably more for like database people. SQLite Database Manager. So if you have a SQLite database on your computer, you could access it that way. Just a way to see it. Again, databases though. I don't use this because I'm a big Postgre fan. Nerds. Batteries. Keeping track of all your batteries. Well, not what I wanted. I think I just accidentally installed it. That's how easy it is. Yep, I did. There you go. Let's uninstall that. We're not going to do that right now. I'll get it. Apparently that was easy. Keeping track of batteries on your Mac. There you go. If that's your thing. Not for me. Even though I accidentally installed it. Be focused. This one I could see people getting excited about. Setting a timer. Does it do... Sometimes these timers have like their blockers built into them. Determine the scope. So this doesn't have any like blocking things in it from what I can tell. Tracks progress. What is it using reminders or something? It's a productivity timer. Yeah, so I would treat it as a task manager, but that's not for me. Task tracking app. There you go. Be focused. Beamer. Stream directly to Apple TV. Pomodoro, yeah, I could see using it for that, Funky. You need food. Bye, Carol. So this is so you can stream things to your TV. I don't know if that's necessary anymore. Pardon me. I don't know that I need that, but if you're someone who has a lot of video files on your machine and you want to send it to your Apple TV, I could see that. I have an Apple TV, but I was pretty sure... let's see... This. Yeah, like I can AirPlay my screen straight to the Apple TV. So I don't know that I would need that. If I had a Chromecast and I had a Mac, that would be helpful. Where am I at? Beepify. It's an app that gives your Mac foolproof protection in public places. When you have to step away from your MacBook, set Beepify to produce a loud sound when someone tries to close the lid or disconnect charger. Hey, if I worked in public places, who does that right now? That would be a big deal. Laptop is protected by Beepify. Interesting. Yeah, if I was a big coffee shop worker, I would put this on there. Oh, it alerts your phone too. Nice. Yeah, I would put that on there. I work at a church. Better touch tool we were talking about. This one lets you put gestures on your trackpad to get it to do things. So people are used to hotkeys and such. Imagine creating your own gestures on your trackpad and having it do things whenever you do that. You'd take it with you to get the coffee. I would at least have it to where it's in my eyesight. Like, I would have a tendency to close it, go grab the coffee or something, and then keep an eye on it. But at the same time, if you're going to go to the bathroom, I would pack my things and go to the bathroom. I would not just leave it. I get that people do that. Better touch tools, slick. I use it. I don't do any of the gesture stuff. I use it for the snapping, because you can drag it to the left hand, you grab a window, drag it to the left, and it'll fill half the screen, or the right, it'll fill half the screen. If you go to the corner, it'll fill 25% and fill that corner. That is what I use it for more than anything else, by a long shot. Big fan of that one. So yes, better touch tool. Better zip, zipping up and compressing things to send zip files to people. I don't do that a whole lot. There is what is it? Let me grab a bunch here. There's a way to do it built into, yeah, compress. Like, you select a bunch of files and then just hit compress on your Mac, and it'll do that for you. So I'm not sure how much weight I would put on that. You see how many apps we got here? Where was I at? Always up here. Boom 3D enhances your audio output. Feel your audio in 3D. Yeah, there's a lot of things you can do with that. I don't use it. Internet radio's built in, advanced audio player. Does it work with Apple Music? Your music library. Yeah, don't know. If you really wanted a lot of control over your audio, that would be a big deal. That's not for me. BusyCal. This is another one of those that can easily make it well worth your time to pick up SetApp. Because people love BusyCal over the built-in calendar app. Or even over Fantastical. People are big fans of Fantastical. I have sync problems with Fantastical. I've never been able to get it to work well. So I'm not a Fantastical fanatic. So BusyCal, I did use for a long time. I just use the built-in calendar app now, but that's because I keep everything on iCloud. Busy Contacts, same group, just doing Contact Manager. I want to show you Busy Mac. That's their team. BusyCal is a $50 app. You see how fast this pays for itself? Yeah, they even put SetApp right here. They've got, yeah, BusyCal is 50. Busy Contacts is 50 as well. Yeah. So you'd have $100 if you wanted to use both of those. It'd be $100 if you bought them outright. Photo editor, Camera Bag Pro. Apple was big on it. It was #2 Mac app of the year. Canary Mail. I do know people that love Canary. It's an email client. People really like it. Yeah, it's won some awards. I know that. I can't say security was one of the things I knew about it, but I get it. I mean, it's a lot of the stuff we've come to expect from an email client. Not what I wanted. So yes, Canary Mail with privacy built in. Cappuccino. All the news that's fit for you, curated. It's an RSS client. And I gotta remember what it features content from your favorite sites. I was thinking it had a thing in it that like figured out topics for you, but I don't think it does. It's just a straight up RSS reader. If you want an RSS reader, check out NetNewsWire. That's my RSS reader of choice. Capto. I am with you, Funky. I still lament that Google Reader was killed. There are a lot of people upset about that still. I'm with you. I used to use some stuff like this Capto to capture your like screenshots and screen recording and such. I used to do that. Since I've learned to use OBS for streaming and stuff, I use it for capturing video from my Mac. It does a pretty good job. If I need stills, there's the built-in screenshot system, so I use that. So I don't know that this is one that I would use, but people like it. I know that. Chatmate for WhatsApp. Not a WhatsApp fan. There are people that are, though. So there you go. You have a WhatsApp client. Chronicle. It's a finances deal. You can manage all your bills and such. Now remember, this is all with a $10 subscription. Just saying. ChronoSync, it's a backup system. Let's go here. Again, I don't use something like this because I have Backblaze on my computer and it syncs the entire hard drive. But that lets you put a whole bunch of scheduling stuff. I suppose it's more than that. It's data sync. So it can sync between two things. So I shouldn't be critiquing it. I don't know. Not for me, though. Clean My Mac. This is one of those that I use all the time. So Clean My Mac does so much stuff. I run this stuff on it once a month. I ran it here a couple months ago to clean it, like to get rid of all this system junk and stuff. And it deleted like 60 gigs worth of stuff off my computer that I didn't need, that was just cached systems and such. There's a lot to it. Again, highly, highly recommended for that one by itself. CleanShot, it's another screenshotting deal. I'm gonna start moving through these fairly quick. Clear VPN. It's a VPN system if you want that. So if you want a VPN, there's a way to get it with SetApp. Cloud Outliner, outlining app, Cloud Mounter. It's mounting online drives. So think about, let's see, what would it be? Like AWS and such, or like OneDrive, Dropbox, Box. Oh, Backblaze is on there. That's interesting. So you can mount those to your computer. Code Runner. Programmers, you got to watch us. We're usually picky about our IDEs like that, though. Coherence. It's a way to take a Chrome application and make it into a Mac app. I've seen this in a few places. That was really loud in my ears. I don't think you could hear that, but that was loud to me. Did not want a video there. So yes, you can turn Chrome apps into Mac apps. Commander One. It's another files thing. So you get two panels for Finder, that sort of thing. Usually people like Pathfinder for that. Pathfinder's in here as well, by the way. Oh, let's see. Core Shell. It's an SSH terminal. Dash. This is like API documentation. So if if you want to like learn code and such, it's pretty good for that. but you got to be into documentation and such. Decommander, it's another Finder replacement. Declutter cleans up your desktop and keeps it organized. I have everything on my desktop is turned off. I'm like Michael Porter was talking earlier. It's like my desktop is just completely blank. There's nothing on it. So I am not one that would use that. I know that people do though. Default folder makes it easy to do the whole open and save thing. Diagrams, creating diagrams, of course. Diarily, I think of it as a day one replacement. Disk drill, I'll point this one out. I have this one installed because I have a lot of people that bring me either computers or hard drives that, like an example, I had a gal give me an SD card that she had formatted on her camera and needed pictures off of it. She had formatted it and started shooting again on top of that SD. And I used this and was able to find the old pictures on it. So disk drill, highly recommended it for that. I deal with that sort of thing quite a bit as an IT person, but not everyone's going to do that. Downy, however, I use this thing all the time. Now, I run AV for funerals, weddings, all sorts of stuff. And it's very common for people to give me YouTube videos that they want to play for that. I drop the link for the YouTube video into Downy and it downloads it, and then I can load it up into my software to play it during that service. Direly is a really bad name. Too close to direly. Oh, yes. I hadn't caught that, but that's so true. So true. Downy, drop share. Drop shares, you can drop a file into it and get a URL for it so you can share it with someone else. Drop zone, I know people really like. I can't say I fully understand it, but it gives you zones to drop things. But I don't always get it. Like you can do this and drop things onto it. Again, can't say I fully understand it, but I know people absolutely love it. Dude, I did not know this was on here. Totally doing this. I use do all the time. I did not know that I had this on here. That's a big deal to me. Yes, you can send me notifications. That's your whole job. Oh yeah, have it turned off. I'll get that later. Yeah, I'm a big fan of do. I am totally doing that one. See, this is the thing with SetApp. You find things. Do does like the nagging reminders, which I love. As an ADD person, that is gold. Do. L Media Player plays media files, emulsion, adjust photos with handy catalogs, endurance, extend your max battery life. There's endurance to make your laptop last longer. Energy saving moves. Lower the lights. Toggle your turbo. Runaway apps. Inactive apps. Flash is removed from my computer anyway. So it just does some stuff to save power. I can't say that's an issue for me though. I could see why people would really want that though. Espresso lets you design websites and stuff. I've seen that. Euclid, a calculator. Expressions I have on here. Anyone who's ever had to write regular expressions, this is nice because you can drop text into it and see how it's going to match based on your your regex. Yes. Another developer thing. File pane. Shortcuts for actions on files, findings, academic notes. There you go, if you're in school. Flinto, design interactive app prototypes. Focus, block distracting websites. I don't have this one. I use Freedom. A long time ago, I bought a lifetime thing to freedom. So I have it like scheduled to block the internet from my phone and my computer. Focused, similar thing where you're not, you know, it's blocking things. Folio, folks, it's like, yeah. Let's just go through, because there's so much here. You know, like weather in the forecast. Forklift is like an FTP thing. Gemini gets rid of duplicate files. What else is in here that is of interest to me? Good task, I know people like. Right here, grapefruit, your emotional health tracker. Again, not for me. Grids, Instagram for your Mac. You can do that. Let's see, what else? iFlix, adding your videos to iTunes. Icon jar, storing icons. Hype, animated web content. iMeeting X, plan and conduct your meetings effectively. How do they plan on that? It's interesting. They have an app icon that's similar to the Microsoft stuff. I don't get it. Meetings. Oh, interesting. That feels very corporate and unnecessary to me. Yes. Okay. What else? iStat menus. This is a big one for people. This thing has been around for how long? How long? Like crazy long. I don't even have it installed. This is it. So look at your menu bar up at the very top here. You can put all sorts of stuff up there to monitor your machine. I should probably do that. I do enough streaming. I should probably keep an eye on it like that. But yes, people love iStat. It's been around for a long time too. iThoughts, mind mapping, up here on the top. It's another big one. Just Stream, that's kind of like the AirPlay thing. Key typing tutor. It's great if you're trying to improve your typing speed. Lacona, I know. It's like a launcher similar to Alfred and such. Margin Note, Manuscripts, Magic, Window Air, Mac Pilot. That's from the MacPaw community. I think they also make iStat. Tons of settings that you can access here. Yeah, there's just a lot with that. I should probably install that one at some point. Mac Gourmet Deluxe. Food recipes. Lungo. Keeps your Mac from falling asleep. Marked. I've shown this one here before. This is by Brett Terpstra. It's a markdown previewer. A live markdown previewer for any text editor. So I'll pull up my markdown files in Multi-Markdown Composer and then preview them with this. Big fan of that. Mars Edit. People know Mars Edit, especially WordPress folks. Mate Translate, Translator. What else is here of interest? MindNode. If you're a Bookworm follower, you know that our friend Mike Schmitz uses MindNode and creates these huge MindNode files. That's free here for you if you've got the subscription. MoneyWiz. Mosaic is similar to Better Touch Tool. Like you can organize windows in different places. What else? Noisio. Turns on like background noises and stuff to help you concentrate. One Switch. Big fan of this one. Mostly because it helps me connect my AirPods to it. It's really good for that. So big fan of that one as well. But there's a bunch of other things it does as well. Pageco, Task and Project Manager. I know people really like that. Pathfinder I used to use quite a bit. Think of it as a Finder replacement that has a lot more power to it. I just found that the things that it made easy were things I was doing via command line. So it doesn't fit me as well as it used to. But still, if that's not you, that's a super handy app to have. Paw I use to test API calls. So I'll use that. whenever I'm testing out, like, how do I send the right information or sending one-offs. PDF pen. If you're a big text expander fan, you know Smile Software and their PDF pen. Permute's really nice because you can convert media files to different forms. What else? Presentify here. You see me use that when I do this. That's what that is. Gives you a hotkey to let you do that. So I use that one quite a lot as well. Remote mouse, quick lens. There is so much in here. Screens. I forget that that one's in here. You can use other computers as a screen for this Mac. Secrets is a password manager. What else? Silence. Controlling your sound. Short menu. That's like a URL shortener. Mosaic is a web browser for you. Yep, I remember that one. You remember OmniWeb? I think OmniWeb is still around. I wish they would put more into it, though. What else is here of interest? Task Paper. If you like just using plain text files for managing your tasks digitally, that's a good one. Timing. Timing's good because it tracks your computer. Like, it tracks all the apps and stuff that you have open, so you know how much time you've spent on things. Trip mode. That's one that I have running right now. Every once in a while, you'll see this icon turn red like that. That's because it's blocking something from using my data, which helps tremendously when you're streaming on a machine like what I am, because it prevents, like, iCloud from uploading things. Super, super handy for stuff like that. Tooth Fairy is good for connecting Bluetooth headphones. So like, that's similar to what the One Switch is doing there. Ulysses. This is one that instantly makes this worthwhile for people, simply because Ulysses is a subscription. And I believe time you get Ulysses bought, you're halfway into a SetApp subscription, if memory serves. So it's a big one as well. Unibox there is another email client that people really, really like. Oh, we're almost done. Web font, Xmind down here. Right there. It's another mind mapping tool. People really like that one as well. Yoink. I hope you get the point here. You're getting access to a lot when you do this, and it doesn't take long before you get your money's worth out of this. It is possible to search for things very easy. Like if I did a search for YouTube, this will download YouTube videos. Downy will, like, these all will either play or download YouTube videos in some form. Involves YouTube. It's in there somehow. What's another? Edit photos. Don't do that. Edit photos. Bunch of photo stuff. I mean, there's a lot. Anyway, I just wanted to point this out. I mean, SetApp is something that I use a lot. And if you haven't used it, I would highly recommend you use it. Again, joebulig.com/go/SetApp. Here, I'll put the thing in the chat for you again. In the chat, if you click that link, again, I'm an affiliate for SetApp, and I absolutely love it. I'm one of these people that I do not grab an affiliate code from a company unless it's a tool that I use and love. So anytime you see me use an affiliate link, it's because I love the thing. That's why. So yes, check out the link if you're interested in SetApp. Give it a try. You can't go wrong with it, I don't think. These are all the ones I have installed. And does it have... I don't have that. It does do like these recommendations based on the other apps that you have installed. Oh, yeah, I forget they tell you what's new. That's why I didn't know Do was in there. It's a new one. Fun times. There you go. I'll quit. SetApp. I'm a fan. All right, what have we got here? That is it for what I have today. Last time I'll say this, if you haven't already and you're interested, check out analogjoe.com. A lot of cool stuff coming up for that, some cool webinars, and I'm especially excited to have Jeff Sheldon join us from UgMonk to talk about his analog card system. I think that'll be a lot of fun for both me and you. So I'm excited to have him on the team to do that webinar. Again, that's a paid community to see those live. Some of those will be free as recordings. Jeff Sheldon's is one that will be free post the live session. So you'll be able to see that one regardless. Not all of them are, though. So check that out whenever we get there. That is early February that one will be going on. I've also got one on starting your year on pen and paper, another one on how to read a book. There's a bunch in there already. I think there's 12, 13 webinar recordings that are already in there. A few of those are free if you're interested in checking those out. There's a lot in there and getting to be more and more all the time. I know, right? You're absolutely right, Paul. I should probably point that out. So I've also got, and this, honestly, SetApp helps with this. I've got a course that's in beta right now called Working Without Apps. Thanks for pointing that out, Paul. That is talking about how to not get locked into proprietary app systems, Evernote and Team, being those. And a lot of apps have gotten to where they let you operate on text files or base file formats. And Working Without Apps is a course I'm working on that explains how I do that. I'm not 100% on it. I've got a lot of work that I can continue to do. I still have some proprietary file systems that I use, but a lot of it is not. A huge amount of my work is done just in base text files, and I'll show you how I do that in that course. So it's in progress. I have an estimated deadline on that that I'm working through with some friends, but I don't want to reveal that quite yet. We'll get there. We will. But yes, it is ironic to talk about all the apps when I've got a course about working without them. I love that pointer. Good job, Paul. Proud of you. Say about this spread, it's not a spread. It's just it's stuff everywhere. I just really wanted to do that. I've kind of been wanting to do that for a while.